This night's footage is from the Europa Woche series, episode 77, from August 15th, 1944. At the end of the reel, I've added some Hungarian propaganda that has a heavy religious and military theme, so stick around. It's worth it. I promise. As the name of the weekly news series implies, Europa Woche was created for an international audience, specifically for populations in German-occupied and Allied countries. Segments are time-stamped in the description. Military 1945 has playlists for this and other German newsreel series. Raw footage is available for purchase on our website, military1945.com. Come take a look. With the Germans occupying Hungary on March 19th of 1944, as a result of Hungary's attempt to negotiate a separate peace with the Western Allies, the persecution of Jews stepped up considerably. Under the organization of Adolf Eichmann, an estimated 440,000 were deported and murdered between May and July of 1944. Against this backdrop, this footage, taken in Budapest, showing the attentive, personalized medical care, is surreal. In 1944, the Sturmabteilung SA played a significantly diminished role in Germany. By August, with Germany facing significant military setbacks, particularly following the D-Day invasion in June, the war was reaching a critical point. The focus of the regime and its military efforts was on the war, diminishing the role of the SA, which had a political and auxiliary orientation. In 1944, although still large, members were being quickly integrated into more militarily focused organizations. In addition, the SA was often regarded with suspicion by both the Wehrmacht, the regular German armed forces, and the SS. The SA struggled to find a meaningful role, and its members were often sidelined in favor of the more elite and militarized SS units. Under constant threat of being shut down for nonsensical content violations, we offer Patreon supporters exclusive access to content that can't be shown here. In addition, all of the films from our 6,500 title archive will be gradually made available for purchase on our website, military1945.com, so go ahead and open a free account. A number of official, party-sponsored social service organizations were supposed to encourage women to have more children and to prepare them for their role as housewives and mothers. The Mother and Child Relief Agency offered more than just education. For example, among other services, it offered medical care and financial support for pregnant women, as well as child care in its own kindergartens. The Reich Mothers Service also offered a variety of courses that taught women about pregnancy, housekeeping, child rearing, and racial hygiene. In addition to offering charitable support, these organizations reinforced ideological and socio-political goals. Women were to earn their place in the national community by having as many healthy children as possible and by giving them a proper National Socialist upbringing. This 1941 short film shows combat operations in what was known as the Arctic Front. Here we see General Dietl, a popular commander of German mountain troops. Open a free account and purchase the film on military1945.com. Here's that Hungarian propaganda clip from the end of 1943.